Well, that took a couple of minutes. Don't know exactly what happened, but it told me my cameras and everything weren't working. Hopefully, they are now. Uh, just don't know anymore, you know? Don't know whether it's my setup down here or the connection, internet connection, or if it's up there someplace, you know? Just don't know. But hopefully, you're getting to see this. Uh, it's early. It's 11:13. It's earlier than it's been the last couple of days, anyhow. But I tell you, I'm almost on time myself. It's these little problems that show up that I don't know how to fix. It's like I don't know what's going on now. Either my eyes are bad. It happened yesterday. Okay, now the picture's not going in and out. So anyhow, I guess the big story was about they arrested. Now it's two other journalists besides Don Lemon in conjunction with a protest at a church a few days ago or something. I thought it was originally for a new arrest, but it wasn't. Um, so they arrested him, and that's in conjunction with this supposed to have happened today as a nationwide anti-ICE protest. So that should add some fuel to the fire. The fact that they arrested him. I don't know. I can't read what I write sometimes. Uh, we talked about Tulsi Gabbard. I thought she was in trouble, and I don't understand any of this stuff. She's not supposed to be around, and then she's around. She's the one that has to go. Christy Noem's another one that has to go. These are just hysterical broads that are causing problems, and they're going to cause problems for Trump because they're trying to kiss his ass so hard. Uh, they're also people are starting to line up to run for president. And I think that these these women would like to at least become a candidate for, at least be considered possible for president or possible to be J.D. Vance's vice president. And they have to be in lockstep with Donald Trump in order for any of this to happen. They have to agree with everything he says. They have to go out and do what they can to create problems for normal Americans. Then that's the way it is. I don't think any of those three have a chance. I think Pam Bondi might. Bondi, is that? Yeah, that's how she pronounces it. Might have a chance there. Um, have to wait and see with that. But the best they can hope for in the next administration is vice president, if a Republican gets elected, if J.D. Vance gets elected. Now Vance's problem is the outright hatred of even some Republicans of this man, because they remember all the names he called Trump prior to be given this title of vice president, and this is what they were very much against him getting it, but they don't want to go up against it's Trump's choice basically. And I think Trump did it because it's the typical thing that I see in vice presidents is they're so incompetent or they're so disliked that they're chosen for that. They're not chosen for popularity. Nobody wants a vice president more popular than they are. Nobody wants a vice president that they think would people would welcome in his place, because then he has to worry about getting removed for the 25th Amendment or a 30 caliber bullet. You know what I mean? It's just that's a fact of life. I've never seen a really uh, well, Lyndon Johnson was a good vice president, but that's a different story. I mean, he disagreed a lot Kennedy. He didn't like Kennedy when they chose him, but he had power in the Senate, and this was a party organization at the time. This was a party move. This wasn't a I'm Donald Trump and you'll do as I say type move. This was a the party is deciding this is the direction they wanted to go in, and he went along with it, and he got all the immigration, not the immigration, all the segregation stuff through after Kennedy died. I mean, he knew everybody's underwear size and everything else in the Senate and Congress. He knew everything there was to know about them. Him, you know, that's the kind of FBI director Trump wanted, but he didn't get. He got a guy that would rather go to a hockey game with some bimbo. You know what I mean? She's not even smart. She's a bimbo. That's why I don't understand some of these guys. Patel probably came from and it sounds like he's Indian, and he probably came from an Indian culture, and he's probably just living the good life now. He doesn't want to hear anything. A lot of people do that. They live the good life. Well, looks like Jim left. He was here, and then he's not here. Oh well. Um, some people don't exactly agree with my stories, and that's okay. Or there's a problem at one end or the other. We're not being well right now. It looks like my microphone. There it goes. It looks like my microphone was dead for a minute there. That's quite possible. I don't. The internet isn't just that great right now. We're looking into some possible changes in our supplier, so we'll have to wait and see. That comes down to money. You know that. It's always about money. What time are we looking at now? Let's see. Because it time. Oh, there it is. It does show up. Okay, 11:20. See what I'm talking about? Stuff shows up. Now Jim's back. Maybe he had to go pee. People have to pee. Dogs have to pee. It's a necessity of life. You gotta pee. If you don't, your eyes start to turn yellow. You get very, very uncomfortable. And sooner or later, you're gonna need if you keep doing that, you don't pee when you have to pee. You're gonna need a diaper. You know, Peeing is not my problem. Taking a shit is my problem. Oh well. What's going? What else is going? I mean, you know, if there weren't so many lives at stake with some of the stuff that's going on in this country, it would be hilarious. I mean, comedians they're joking. They're not really joking about it anymore. They're trying to all be, oh, here we go. Mind fart. Just forgot another person. We'll just continue on as if I know the name and everything like that. Uh, but they're trying to be these comedians that are famous for political satire. And what they do is these comedians tell the truth, but they do it in a way that makes you laugh. So what happens now is that what I'm saying basically is that if this wasn't a real life, horrible, terrible, terrible, terrible situation, it would be funny. Or maybe not. You know, I don't know. It depends how the person says what they're going to say. Uh, Wait a minute. I'm running through a list of names to see if I can remember this guy. George Carlin. That's the man I'm talking about. Okay? So those of you that know him and know his humor, you understand what I'm saying. I have a product the name forgetting names has been going on so long in my life. I think I did it in high school. I forget somebody's name. Some sports name, some movie star, something in a movie. I would forget their name. Basically, they're not important to me. or they weren't at the time. Now, when I just have difficulty remembering names, whether their importance to me is not relevant to the situation. They're all important to me. You're my friends. I have people I see every day. I can't remember their name. The problem is I'll see somebody and talk to them for a half an hour, and then I won't see them for 3 weeks. And it's very difficult. You'll see other people, you'll meet new people in between, and it's very difficult to maintain at my age to maintain that, since you were never good with names to begin with. I remembered every cocktail people drank. I don't remember them now. I've been out of that business for a long time. In that particular bar, I've been out of since 1983. So that's what, 83. That's a lot of years. Wow, man. And I've known the people I worked with back then. I'm still working with them or talking to them anyhow. A lot of them. It's amazing. A lot of them were older than I was at the time, so they've moved on. A lot of them had some serious, serious bad habits, and I'm not sure whether that took a toll or not, because I never, a lot of those people, when I left that particular restaurant, I never saw again, you know, because the atmosphere that was there wasn't in other places I worked, you know. That particular bar was an entertainment facility. The bars I worked in after that were restaurants, known for food, good dining, and stuff like that. Nice atmosphere. They weren't an entertainment center, no live entertainment, stuff like that. I was watched very, very closely in my last job by my friends. They couldn't help it. That's just the way they are, you know. But the point is that they suspected me, but they didn't suspect other people that were. That happens, you know. So we're looking at what now? Coming up at 11:25. I'll be around tomorrow, but I will not be here on. I don't know what times tomorrow because I'm going shopping. I think tomorrow. If not, we'll be doing it Sunday. So but Sunday's okay because I won't be here anyhow. But I don't know about tomorrow. So if I'm late or something like that, forgive me. I'll be on sometime tomorrow. I have no idea when. You know, I could be doing this with my grandkids screaming in the background. We don't know. So you guys all behave yourselves. Hey, go find that subscribe button, man. This is the longest time I've gone without a new subscriber in a long time. Uh, it's been since before Christmas, I think. I had one new one, and then he decided to skip, and he was gone. He didn't last for very long, so that's not what I want. You know, but you can do that. That's fine. You can be a subscriber 1 week and say, I don't want to do this anymore and get out of it. That's the advantage to subscribing. There's no money involved. You're not paying a price. You don't have to get a credit card or anything. You just hit the subscribe button and you're done. And you'll get an email. If you use YouTube, you'll get an email when I go live. Not on the. Don't see any notices going out for the regular video, the posted video, just the live video. Because now on YouTube, you're live. Well, the live part is kind of questionable some mornings. As you can tell, I get you look at my eyes. Do I look like I'm alive or I'm asleep? I don't know, really. It's depressing today. Uh, it's hazy, overcast, very, very humid. A lot of rain last night, which was all right because it didn't wake me up. But, you know, things are different now. So anyhow, I think that's it for me today. What do you think, huh? Yeah. Lucy was here for the posted video, but Lucy didn't stick around. She's gets this thing, she wanders because she's not getting the amount of food that she wants, you know. And I just changed her for a much, much higher grade food. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. In the meantime, everybody, I want you to have a great, great day. Hope the weather's better where you are. There's some sort of storm coming up on the East Coast. We'll have to wait and see what that happens, how that affects my friends and everything like that. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Be good to yourself and your friends and whatnot, you know. And if you got a pet, go give them a hug. Not too hard now. You don't want to hurt them. And if it's a goldfish, please don't hug the goldfish. Okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow.